Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel once again. It's Nando with one more video. And this is that review I was talking to you guys about. This is going to be a mostly hardware review on the iPhone 8 Plus versus the Note 8. I say mostly hardware. I might ramble off and talk a little bit of software, but I don't like doing software reviews or comparisons when it comes to phones like this because iOS 11 and Android, that's not a comparison. Totally different operating system. We can just sit here and say, this does this, that does that, and that's just going to start an argument. So I'll leave that for the comment section below. I know you guys like to do that. This is going to be focused on hardware and how I've, kind of used these phones and enjoyed these phones and disliked these phones. Now, I love both. I love Android. I love Apple. That's why I own both of these phones. But a couple of things have stood out to me in regarding these phones. So Apple has the iPhone 10 coming out. It hasn't come out yet. So the iPhone 8 Plus right here looks the exact same as the 7 Plus. Samsung Note 8, that's following that debacle with the Note 7 that we all love. However, it kept blowing up. So Samsung was more cautious about the Note 8. Let's talk about a couple things that both phones do well. Both phones don't do so well, and which phone I appreciate or prefer for one thing over another. Hardware-wise, I'm going to have to give it to Samsung and the Note 8. Why? Because it's pushing the boundaries obviously a lot more than Apple is with the iPhone 8 Plus. Less bezels, way better screen, no comparisons. It just is what it is. That OLED that Samsung brings to the table is fantastic. With that being said, news just came out that Samsung's going to be making a pretty penny on every iPhone 10 that's dropped. So that just says it all right there. Apple knows that Samsung makes great displays, so they go to them for the displays. And it just sucks that, the 8 Plus is still stuck on an IPS display. And this bad boy right here, the Note 8, is rocking that OLED. That OLED is fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're missing out. True blacks, blacks are blacks. Everything pops. Everything looks great. So Note 8, absolutely fantastic when it comes to the display technology. Now, actual the rest of this phone, hardware quality-wise, I'm not going to bother taking the phones out of the cases. There's tons of reviews out there. I just like to keep my stuff protected. The iPhone 8 Plus is rocking a glass back, and so is the Note 8. Why? Because wireless charging needs that glass back. Now, between the two, which one I like better? In that it's the same. It's a tie. They're both glass. They feel great in hand. I'm probably going to say the Note 8 feels a little better in hand because of the way the edges are. They're a little flatter, so they dig into your palm of your hand a little more, and because of that, that offers more grip. So I do like that. However, Apple with their, let me unlock this bad boy real quick. Apple, with the way that they do things, it's just a more seamless experience. That rounded curvature off the sides of the phones just flow better, in my opinion. Because Samsung has such a pronounced edge, right? Apple doesn't. Then at some point it has to stop. Otherwise, where's the screen going to go? So front side of the phone, Samsung wins. Back side of the phone, maybe call it a tie. I think that'd be fair. What else do we got? We both got wireless charging. Samsung dominates on the wireless charging. Why? Because they offer fast wireless charging. Apple does not. So Apple, yay, we have wireless charging. Boo that it's slow wireless charging. Boo, don't like that at all. So if you haven't seen my final review on the iPhone 8 Plus, I mentioned that I don't like that. I like that this guy right here offers fast wireless charging. This guy just offers it, so that's a win at this point, but it's slow. Don't like it. So fast wireless charging. On the topic of charging, also wins. Fast standard charging. This fast charging versus this fast charging wins a lot faster. And this is a smaller battery, guys. This is a smaller battery in this 5.5-inch phone. This is a 6.2 or 6.3-inch phone, and it's got a smaller, or a bigger battery, I should say, I'm sorry, than the iPhone 8 Plus. And it still charges faster than the iPhone 8 Plus. I didn't make a video on that. There's other people out there that have made videos on that, so watch their videos and actually watch them time it, and this guy wins. I think this can charge completely in like 1 hour and 40 minutes maybe, roughly, and this is going to take like a little over 2 hours. So Apple, what's up? Not only are you charging us additional money to get a fast charger, you're doing it the Apple way, and it's still slower. So what's up, man? I have no problem spending $40 extra if it's going to be fast charging, if it's going to be faster than your average charger. But come on, it's faster than your average charger that comes with your phone, but it's still slower than the average charger that comes with Android phones. So Android people out there watching this video, I feel you. I know what that's like, especially when I've gone from using this to this. I hate that. So charging. Battery life, however, I'm going to say it's a tie. Sometimes this one comes off better. Sometimes this one does better. Like, I don't know, because this has a bigger screen with a better screen to push pixels. This one has a smaller screen with a worse screen and a smaller battery. So it's hard to say because Apple, we know, is super, super efficient. They don't need a lot of RAM to get the job done. But battery-wise, you can't go wrong with either one. I'm talking standby. This guy wins. Standby, Apple always wins. Look, man, I got an iPad Pro right here, and this sucker, what is it at? Like 86%. It's probably been on 86% for like 3 days. Not even joking around. Like standby time, battery devices always win. Now, usage time, like when you actually get to using the phone, the Note 8 wins versus the iPhone 8 Plus. That's why I'm going to say it's a toss-up because it depends on how you use your phone more. Are you more of a just check your phone and let it sit down, then the iPhone 8 Plus is going to do it for you? Are you a burst and just beast mode, constantly using your phone? Then the Note 8 is going to be for you. Camera-wise, probably the biggest comparison, right? The biggest thing that most people deciding between these two phones. So if you're someone that doesn't have an allegiance either way, if you're not in the Apple ecosystem like a video I've talked about before, and you just want to use what is the best phone and your main priority is camera, you can't go wrong. You really can't. I'm going to say this much. This bad boy right here shoots 60 frames per second 4K, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. So there's that. In terms of picture quality, Samsung always goes with a more saturated picture profile. So if you like colors that pop more, ready for the Instagram more, then you're going to like that. If you like realer pictures, realer tones, you're going to like that. In regards to other features, they're both dual lens. They both do that whole optical image stabilization. They both do the 2x optical zoom. I think Samsung has a wider front-facing camera, so I think Samsung gets the win on that, a better front-facing camera than Apple does. In terms of features, Apple does this whole pro portrait crap thing that like makes it look you used an actual, a couple $1,000 camera, blur the back, add some lighting, studio light, contour lighting, but that's still beta as of this video. So camera-wise, again, you can't go wrong. It really comes down to preference. What do you use your camera more for? I have no issues using either one, and I truly mean that. I'm not saying that just to be controversial. I absolutely love both of these cameras in their way, and if I have to just randomly grab one and go about my day, then I'm fine. I really am. But you let me know in the comment section below if you use either or, which camera you prefer, iPhone camera, Samsung cameras, or other. I know Google Pixels has great pictures and all that good stuff, but these are the two more popular brands in the world for both Android and obviously Apple. They only use one Apple iPhone maker, and that's Apple. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know I'm missing some other things. Obviously, this guy right here has an S Pen, which makes the Note series. Without the S Pen, there is no Note series. Apple doesn't do that. Apple has the Apple Pencil, but it doesn't work with their iPhone, so I don't know what Apple's waiting on to do that. Plus, it's huge, so where would you put it? But at least let us use it, Apple. Come on. Phil Schiller, Johnny Ive. Let me use that Apple Pencil on my freaking phone. I'll figure out where I'm going to store it. Samsung has a little S Pen right here. It's so cute. It hides in here, and you just pull it out when you're ready, put it back away when you don't need it. So there's no discussion there. Features galore on the Note 8. Both have waterproofing. I think Samsung goes a little further down into the water, like as if we're going to be snorkeling or swimming that far deep. I don't know, but if you want to, this one does it. And that's it, man. That's really it. This comparison is going to be much more fun once the Note 10 comes out. And then when you compare the Note 10 with like the iPhone 10, or maybe even the iPhone 10 with the Note 8, or maybe even the iPhone 10 with like the S9, those are future reviews that are going to be great. But right now, this is as best as Apple offers the iPhone 8 Plus. Right now, this is as best as Samsung offers the Note 8. So that's it. If I'm missing something, let me know in the comment section below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, do that so you can stay tuned for videos like this. Unboxings, impressions, and reviews. Like always, guys, stay geeky. That's the most important thing. Have fun with what you use. And I'll catch you in the next video. It was Nando. Peace, salute, and adios.